Hey,
Hey, we back.
back
Uh,
again.
Pink Tax Chat. You ready?
We ready. We're here to give you another episode. We talk about what exactly? Finances, relationships, everything from A to Z. And so we're excited to dive in again. What is our topic today, Tori?
So I know everyone's enjoying our dating series. So I saw this and we talked about it. So I think the audience needs to hear our thoughts. And I want to hear their thoughts.
Yeah.
So let's sip tea together. So I saw this meme and it says, your lady is your second self. So if you out here embarrassing, her, embarrassing both of y'all, don't do that. So when you're starting dating, not married or
Right.
not in a relationship, but
Right.
dating, so how do we tackle that if he they, whoever you're dating is out there doing that, how you
Mm.
gonna confront them with that?
You asking me or are you gonna kick it off? Which
Hmm. I mean, let's just tackle dating because we're both single right now, and I think that's more really honest and realistic. So let's tackle that.
Well, since I am single, I can't tell people who are in a relationship what they need to do. But I will tell you, in my personal opinion,
Mm.
when it comes to that, I feel like if you made a verbal commitment to each other, you decided me and you we go together, we're in a relationship or whatever. I feel like it comes with contractual terms and standards.
Right.
So everyone has to write out or discuss theirs, what a relationship looks like for them. You talk about your deal breakers, you discuss what's a go, what's not a go, what's acceptable, what is not acceptable. And the reason I say that is because every relationship looks different for every couple. So for example, you have people who are poly, not me, but some people are. And so their expectations, their standards, their terms are going to look different than someone who is not or monogamous. So I feel like when you're having that conversation or you two come to that agreement of, yeah, I like you enough to go ahead and commit verbally. And I'm emphasizing verbally because it's not marriage, right? It's not. So once you've done that, then at that point, you need to stick with it. You need to stick with it. You need to follow and I hate to say this word rules, but it almost feels like that. Does that feel like too strong of a word, like rules or standards or
But,
terms?
but it's an agreement that
It
we
is an agreement.
made together.
Yeah,
Like we made that agreement together. I mean,
I hope so.
I
I hope
feel
so.
like bad for saying the word rules, but an agreement, like we are supposed to
That's
align
a better word,
together.
an agreement for sure. But what's
Yeah.
the problem when you have people who are in a relationship all by themselves? All by themselves. Like in their head, they're in a relationship with that person, and the other person is not messing with them like that. It's just
Mm.
not. Because I've seen it happen. I've
I,
seen that happen. It happens. Like we have to be honest.
I mean, I'd be like seeing a person that I thought was dating this person, and then I'm like, what
They was out with somebody else.
are you doing?
Themselves. They're doing
Right?
them. They wasn't doing them, they was doing them by themselves. That's what they was doing.
But like honestly, you brought up the poly community. Now you I'm not like within that community. So the one thing I have read, I have heard, I have seen, and one thing I like within that community is it requires a lot of communication, a
Mm,
lot of honesty, a lot of transparency
okay.
required. So there's no this.
Girl, I'm
Yes,
requiring the
that's
same
happening.
thing. I'm
Yes, happening.
I'm not poly, like for full disclosure, I am not. And I'm requiring the same thing, girl. I feel
Right,
like that's
right.
an expectation. That's a
The
standard.
expectation should be the same that in the poly community, it needs to happen in the Montana community. But I've noticed,
It
like,
doesn't.
the more articulate on, like, their feelings, their temptations, their why they're thinking this way, well, my personal experience with what I thought was Montana
Yeah, monogamous.
thought was being and they're like, "Oh, yeah, I was tempted to, that's why I was talking to her," and like, "Wait, but you said what?" Like,
So I know. I feel like most of us, if not all of us, have been there at some point in our
right,
situations, relationships, whatever you want to call it. I've definitely experienced where I was with someone and we was together in a relationship and then I found out some stuff
mhm,
and you're flirting and you're talking and you're texting and you're doing the things that are to me and based on our previous conversations and like the expectations and the standards and agreement
that
that
we
we
sat
set,
together.
that was not okay and you knew it was not okay, but you
Mhm,
did it anyway. So when you go back to what you were saying about like embarrassing us, you definitely are. You're embarrassing us. You're embarrassing me. Because why are you acting like your mama didn't raise you right? What is wrong with you? You know better.
you know better.
You know better.
This is where I get upset. It's because, like, I've noticed, again, for me, we'll have a conversation multiple times,
I don't like that. I
and
don't
then
like repeating.
you turn around and you
And
do
you
it
do it
again.
again.
It's
Yeah.
like, and
But
I
it's disrespect.
you're playing both of us, and you need to respectfully just kind of like let me go, let me go.
Mhm.
I can heal. You know what I'm
Yeah. Yeah. Well, see, when I was younger, I would have like backed you up and agreed with that. But now that I'm older, respectfully, I'm gonna go myself. I'm gonna make that decision because if you're clearly not hearing me, you don't care what I'm telling you, what I'm asking of you, what I'm expecting, what I'm requesting of you, you do not care. It's clear you've shown me because we keep having this conversation. We keep finding ourselves here. So you're not paying me no mind.
and we don't like that.
You're not prioritizing.
Mhm,
You're not paying attention.
mhm.
So I got it. Because sometimes people will communicate to you and they don't say it, but
The
they're
action.
saying it. They're showing you what they on, like what type of time they are on. So you need to, like Maya Angelou has said, when someone shows you,
Believe
believe,
them.
believe them.
Mhm,
Believe them.
believe them.
They not lying. They
Mhm.
not. Their words, they might be lying. But the matches, baby, the matches is telling you everything you need to know. Everything you need to know.
Here's my thing. I feel like dating should not be as a single person dating. I feel like the word or the trend dating has gotten like too loose of a term. I don't like
Yeah.
that.
No, same.
So do I have to wait till you put and then you're like, oh yeah, I'm finally taking this girl serious. But there are people, and I've seen that say, well, I'm not married yet. So I'm like, you're gonna wait until like the wedding day to be for real?
Mm.
I don't like that.
No, I mean, I agree. I will say this. I'm gonna be a little bit of a devil's advocate here because my thinking has shifted a little bit over time now that I'm older. I agree. I understand where you're coming from with that. I don't want you or us to be in a relationship, but you're still behaving like you're single. I don't want that. However, I am also a very strong believer in the fact that we don't own people and that when we decide to get in a relationship, like you said, we've made an agreement. We've agreed with each other. We've
Mhm.
committed to each other, but it is verbal. It's verbal. That's all it is. I feel like if you have morals and values and things like that, then you are going to up uphold that. You will. I feel like an upright person is going to do the right thing. They should. But at the end of the day, there's no ring on your finger. You did not stand before God, your family, your friends, and make vows. You did
Mhm.
not sign any paperwork with the state. So
Mhm.
technically, at any given time, either one of these parties can decide I don't like this no more. You can wake up tomorrow and say, I said that, but I changed my mind. I don't want to do this anymore. They can, and they do. It happens every day. And is it fair? Like the human part of me to say fair? No, it doesn't feel fair, but it's the right that both parties have.
Right.
Nobody is tied down.
I mean, it's like at the end of the day, like you said, you know, just nothing, nothing's guaranteed. It
No,
should feel guaranteed. And when
it
I say the word
should.
guaranteed, I mean secure. It should
Yeah.
feel secure. And our, like, you know what I mean? But I mean, reality, people wake up with new feelings every day.
Every
They can
day.
look and be like, I don't want that one. You know?
It happens and it sucks. It sucks, but it happens. But I think that like raises a bigger conversation, right? Because relationships, should they be based on feelings? My
Right?
my my answer is no. I feel like when you are in a relationship and you make a commitment, your commitment is not based on a feeling. It's not. Feelings fade, feelings change. One moment you're up, one moment you're down. One moment you feel happy, one moment you're sad. Like feelings, they fluctuate, they change
Right.
moment by moment, day by day. When you commit to someone, you're saying, in spite of my feelings, I'm rocking with you. I
Mhm.
picked you. I'm with you. That's
Mhm.
what a commitment is. It's not based on your feelings. That's just me. That's my 2 cents. It's more than that. And I think the problem in what you kind of talking about, you touched on a little bit earlier, when people make the commitment, but they're not really committed. They're not. They say it, but they're not. They're not. So when that happens, then yeah, you have situations where someone's out doing their thing, they're flirting, they're texting, they're sleeping with other people because they're not committed to you or the relationship or the agreement that you guys made. Maybe in that moment they felt that way, and then later they feel differently and they feel like she's cute and I want to see what's up with her. You know what I mean? Because you can't follow your feelings.
Yeah. I mean, now I'd like that you brought that up. That makes me think. Like we've had discussions with our girls or whatever, and they say that men are not let's just bring up the beat. Men are not emotional cheaters. They can sleep
Mm,
with a woman and they feel nothing. But when a woman cheats on a man, they're like,
it's
oh, her
deeper.
emotions are all in, and it's different. It's different. Do you believe in that? Because, like, I feel like that's sticky. Because I feel like this is my view of that is I think when a woman gets to that point and she's cheating, either It could be many things. Either you're not giving her attention, you're not hearing her, you're not you're not present in that situation, in
Yeah.
your agreement, in your commitment. I mean, the list could be so many things. So when she got to that point, this person that she chose to step out on y'all's relationship is because of something that was lacked. Now, I'm not saying that it's right. No,
Right.
cheating's not right on
No.
both parties,
Hmm.
but it got to that point. But, like, when a man does it, I don't know, is it different or is it the same? Or does a different frequency? That's, like, debatable, I think.
It is. It's a good point, and I have to say I agree. I definitely think it's a difference when a man like steps out of the relationship and cheats compared to when a woman does it. You're always gonna have outliers. You're always gonna have people who don't fit in the box, or they cheated for a different reason. You're gonna have women who cheated and it was just sex. It wasn't emotional. You're gonna have men who cheat and it was emotional. And I think overall, like generally speaking, yeah, I think I agree with that statement. I do think that generally men do cheat and it's mostly just a sexual thing, it's a physical thing, it's not tied to emotions or anything deeper or like of substance. However, with women, I definitely think it's a lot more than that. And the reason why is because I think we're just hardwired differently. We're just
We are.
made differently. We are. And women are a lot more in tune with their emotions, with their intuition, with feelings. We operate from a different head space. And oftentimes I feel and I believe I've personally never cheated, but I feel like when a woman finally gets to that point in her relationship where she decides, you know what, I'm gonna, give someone else the time of the day. It's usually because they're being neglected within their own relationship. And you touched on
Mhm.
that a little bit. That the partner's not listening, they're not paying attention, they don't care. They're overlooking or they're not noticing the little things like, when a woman gets her hair done
Yeah.
and she's feeling good about herself, and then you as her partner don't notice it, don't compliment it, don't say anything.
Mhm.
It's a blow,
It hurt. I
it,
mean, it
it
does.
hurts. It
Hurt you,
hurts.
like your feelings, your ego, your
Ego. It hurts. And she starts to feel like, is he not attracted to me anymore? Is he not interested in me? Am I not pretty? Like those questions start to come up in the woman's mind. And I don't think that necessarily applies to men. You know what I mean? I think that
yeah.
women are a lot more attentive to the details, a lot more attentive to the details. And when things change in a relationship, like he doesn't call me like he used to, he doesn't text me like he used to, he doesn't
And
compliment.
tell me I'm beautiful.
Yeah, that's where I think the woman starts to eventually shift and potentially step out of the relationship because she's looking for that validation somewhere
Uh,
else. She's
and
not
I
getting it
think,
at home.
I mean, yeah, and not all women, but I will speak for myself. Validation is really important, and for me, it aligns with many things, like I did my hair, I did my makeup, I did this. And like, what do you think? Like, oh,
Attraction.
for me,
Yeah, you
and
want your partner to be attracted to you. I mean, that's important
yeah,
too. We can't forget that. Their emotional connection's good, but attraction too.
I mean, it aligns with us also just giving that back to them too, being like, hey, babe, you looking
Yeah.
fine today.
Yeah. Yeah.
It,
Yeah.
it goes both ways.
It
When
does. It
a woman
does.
so nice to hear. It's so, so nice to hear. And then if you stop giving that, It's like, I need to hear those things. I need to hear you say those things. Like, I know you feel it, but I need to hear it. Like, be real loud with it. You know?
Yeah, I do. I feel you. I need to see it. I'm a
Yeah,
seeing kind of girl. So I need
yeah,
you to show me through your actions, like show me
yeah.
you're still attracted to me. You know what I mean? Um, but I remember that reminds me of something I saw a long time ago, where the person or maybe the post or whatever it was saying that women are strongly influenced by what they hear and men are strongly influenced by what they see.
Mhm,
So when it comes to like the topic of cheating, a man could be out, he looks around, he sees something he likes, he's attracted. And if that temptation is like ongoing, or if he is a weak-minded man, someone who is not, you know, firm in his commitments and he doesn't have a lot of values, maybe, then he may be willing to go ahead and cheat because he liked what he saw. And that
mhm.
was enough. He saw it, he liked it, it was good enough, he was attracted. Whereas with women, and we touched on it a little bit already, we need to hear
Mhm.
when someone is saying the right things for us, they get us often. So that just made me think of that. Like, why do we see more men compared to women cheating? And again, we don't have like statistics, so we don't know specific numbers if it's true or not. But I think generally speaking, we we have always known and kind of noticed that yes, women do tend to cheat for different reasons. And I want to just throw out there another thing I think women cheat or another reason is for security. So if
Ooh,
that man is not like financially secure or emotionally secure, she has some gaps that she needs
and
filled. There's
yeah,
some
if he's not
voids.
standing on business in, I'm not gonna say like in one area because that's not fair, but if he's not standing on business in multiple
There's
areas,
deficits. There's
uh,
deficits in the relationship. And they tend to be foundational things. So communication and, transparency and just like the expression, intimacy, things like that, I think are what really drive women to maybe like look somewhere else. Whereas with men, we see often the woman, maybe she had children, her physical appearance has changed. He's not sexually, physically attracted to her anymore. But she's showing up, she's supporting him, she's doing everything, like all of that's the same, but she just doesn't look good anymore in his eyes. Then he's like, okay, so how we're wired is different. Like the things that we prioritize is different. And so I think that kind of is why we maybe see the difference in the reasonings why people like dabble.
right? I
Yeah.
agree. I
Yeah.
mean, then again, I think communication and all this just ties the key in like everything. If I'm not giving enough attention, let me know. If I'm not this is this, let me know. I mean, if we're in this, we gotta be able to talk with each other. Like, if you're doing this, I can't talk to you. I mean, we're clearly not talking because you're out there, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. So,
I I think you were spot on. Like when you decide that Me and you, we rocking. We in a relationship. Then that means me and you. It's us. It's not me, you, and them. It's not
Right.
you alone. Like it's us. And communication, like you said, key. But also rest reciprocity. Give and take. Okay. You can't be
Right.
withdrawing everything and not making no deposits. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work.
But
It's not gonna work. There has to be some reciprocity. There has to be some give and some take. There has to be some compromise. And like you said, you gotta stand on that business. Like when we decided we doing this, you don't change up. And if you feel like you're changing or you want to make some changes, then you come to me. We can talk about it. We can figure it out. You know what I mean? I think that's important. And going back to like the original question about when you're like representing your partner, that's true. I feel like you are a representation of your partner. Like who you pick to stand beside you is it's a mirror of yourself. When
right.
I see you, I see them, you know, like. And I'm not gonna say like you should be the same. No, you should definitely have some differences, but like overall, y'all should be aligned. I should be able
For
to look
sure.
at your partner and get like a glimpse of who you are, what you're about, your values and things like that. Yeah,
Right.
I do. I think so. I
And
think
it's
so.
like out there, whether you're with me or you're alone, either way, you represent me. So I
Respect.
it's that so I know
Respect.
that that's you, that's me. Vice versa, that's you, that's me. You, me, that. I'm not saying, we gotta be one all the time, but
Hmm,
how you carry yourself is so important.
it is.
Carry yourself, how you put portray yourself, how you present yourself, and
Yes. Yeah.
that's us.
That is us. And
No,
I emphasize that respect thing because if you don't respect yourself, you're definitely not going to respect me. So I feel like
mm-mm,
how you're conducting yourself outside, yes, it's a representation of me, but it's a representation of yourself too. Do you respect yourself enough to value the commitments you've made?
right,
Like that is you. You know what I mean?
right.
So, and I mean, you just can't be out here all willy-nilly, you know what I mean? Like, that's
Yeah,
class. Where's class these days? You know what I mean? Like, and if you're gonna be out here doing
no,
this, then
no,
let's end this. Let's resolve this. If you changed your mind and you don't want this anymore, then come to me and let me know so that we both can
right.
be single again, because one of us is continuing to think we're in a relationship and then the other one is acting single, that's not gonna work. That's just not gonna work.
Not,
No.
really not.
I want us to be on the same page. You single, I'm single too. Okay?
Mhm. I wanna be where you at. You single? I wanna be me too. Me too.
For the streets. I'm not gonna be for the streets, but I'll be out there. I'll be outside. You know what I mean? So, just
Right?
just be honest, just be upfront with people, and like, yeah, I think again, just setting those standards, having those conversations, talking about what's to be expected, what's acceptable, what's not acceptable, those deal breakers. Do you feel like it's cheating when someone is texting or flirting? Both of you need to come to the same like page and like agree on that. Even if you don't necessarily have the same ideas about it, when it comes to this relationship, you need to be on the same page. You know what I mean? Um, period, you know? And I think that's really like that sums it up, Just
So
y'all figure it out.
so I really wanna hear our audience
Hmm.
perspective on that because many people have different perspectives, different
Yeah.
takes. different ways to approach things. And hey, maybe we'll learn something from you too.
Right,
So
right. Yeah, yeah. Let us
oh
know in
yeah.
the comments. Let us know what you think, and we would love, love, love to hear your perspective, your POV. I mean, shoot, we, like she said, there's nothing wrong with like conversation and like opening up your mind a little bit. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think this is a good place for us to wrap it up. We thank you guys for tuning in, watching with us, spending time with us, and hearing from us. Look out for us on the social media. Continue to support, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And until next time, bye.
Bye.